1.
Played it well there, cued it lovely.
8.
A little bit unfortunate to be slightly hampered queuing. You know, he just drops it in pocket weight.
Nine. 16. 17.
It doesn't, not as quick or make it look as easy as O'Sullivan does.
22.
But nobody does. Nobody ever has.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got to play the game in their own way. No two players can be exactly the same.
Yeah, 779 centuries in his career. Surprisingly,
36.
he's done most of the heavy scoring. It's getting to the stage in the modern game. You have to have 1,000 centuries
37.
to be considered a great break builder.
44.
Just looking to see when potting this red. Got a contact, he might get in the red. Can he find the gap?
45.
Does it pot it? Screw back. Should have been choice of reds.
Yeah, be pleased enough with that.
51. 57. 58.
64 head. This red, another colour.
64.
Should be the frame secured. Should be able to hold for the black.
65.
Yes, I mean, this is frame ball, but he would certainly like another red just to seal the deal, and it's not a simple red that he'll be playing on. Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, similar
16.
pattern to earlier on, but I think of all the frames that could have the most damage. Potentially, it will be this one. Not that he was so close to winning the frame. It was such a terrible mistake, you would have to say, for Mark.
It's going to be a task to pop the black off that red up by his hand now at the other end of the table. Because... I mean, his long game has always been a feature of his game, but still perhaps not to the extent of one or two other players in the world. And that is happening as well. And even better, he's certainly got the black into play. Is he on something? Deserves to be. Good shot to move that red away from the other one. They were both in each other's way. And it looks like he's pushed it away from the black spot as well. So is that previous frame going to be a huge momentum shift in the whole of this match?
14.
You feel like things have changed completely.
Yeah, Mark would have never thought after playing his last shot that he'd potentially lose the frame. But it seems just a blink of an eye. Ronnie's in prime position. And again, the white ball travelling as short as distance as possible.
23. Should.
I think he kind of
31.
accepted the fact that Mark plays hard, tough max snooker against everybody. Wasn't deliberately trying to do some spoiling tactics to stop Ronnie.
Yeah, I mean, I think spoiling tactics don't really work enough, do they? You've got to pot the balls in the end. I mean, that's always going to be the way to beat anybody. I know what you mean. You can put players out of their stride, and you're right, Selby has not been doing that. You know, he's a different player to O'Sullivan. I don't think Ronnie's always had the patience to deal with it. But
yeah, Selby hasn't changed. Ronnie's just had to change in accordance to playing Mark.
He's going to play a red to the middle here, which would develop another one.
46.
Important shot that it goes in for O'Sullivan, this.
47.
Almost an injection of pace in this match here with what's happened in the last 15 or so minutes.
54.
Brilliant long red that he knocked in.
55.
Just a bit more to do. Not sure where the pink will go here. That's the one issue. So he's not
61.
quite done enough. Unless he can play the double and get it. Well, there's your answer. And perfectly played with the cue ball as well.
$69.
69 ahead, just needs this thin clip red into the middle. Should.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 69.
Again.
No comeback in the frame then. Yeah, the shot to nothing Fergal mentioned was
1.
very much a shot to nothing. I mean, what an outcome that would have been had even O'Sullivan missed the red. Anyway, he's not touching ball. He's just got to be careful that he doesn't do anything silly here.
It's foul.
Oh, he's called a foul.
Didn't move.
Wow, what a call that is.
What
What a call from the referee. Is that a foul? Well, look, the point is, it was very nearly touching ball anyway.
Well, you can hear Ronnie say 100% he hit it. Trying to imply that the crowd said he hit it as well.
I'm not sure how they're going to resolve this because referee's given it and you can't go by what the crowd say, can you? Oh, it definitely moved. The brown moved.
100%.
It was a legal shot. The referee needs to change that. I got that wrong.
I think the clapping of the crowd is seeing the video themselves.
Extraordinary call from the referee. Goodness me. Referee Wang Wei has decided that was no contact made. How could he possibly come up with that decision? Well, first of all, if I saw what happened there, I would just concede the frame if I was Mark. If I'd seen the foul, and that would move on, because for me, it's pretty obvious that he hit it. Ronnie is not going to make that up. And yeah, I mean, the brown has obviously and clearly moved. Not much, but it doesn't have to be much. Are we in agreement, Fergal?
Absolutely.
No foul. He's going to have to reverse this, I'm afraid. He's put himself in a bad position, this referee. Whether he was actually in a bad position at the time, literally, to see it.
Okay. Firm conceded.
Okay, so no foul, so he's reversed it, but the frame is conceded because Mark Selby is too many behind. He's in a pretty vile snooker as well because the foul was changed. But what a dramatic moment that was.
Defer to the referee there. He obviously made a mistake at first, but he didn't compound the mistake by getting stubborn. He realised his mistake. Mark will be relieved that Ronnie missed that long pot. Again, looking to get that red away from the black. Trying to make a break here.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Selby's had a couple of setbacks in the last 2 frames. If he wins this frame, we're back to all square again. He's not out of it by any means.
14.
Don't miss the red, trying to be too clever.
15.
And again, I said he's taken 2 good pots.
22.
He's now back in prime position.
23. 28. Mark Selby.
Again, got too
28.
preoccupied with that. Instead of playing just one shot at a time. Missed that and actually hit it quite badly. Probably more like just a lapse of concentration rather than the difficulty of the shot.
Well, he's on the walk, wasn't he? You think he believed he'd got it, which makes me think that you're right when you say he was preoccupied by position. He was thinking ahead too far, perhaps. That's quite an important miss.
Nine.
Yeah, that's where he wanted to be. Ronnie be a bit disappointed there. Didn't quite judge it. Come through a little bit further than he would have liked. Then just accepted where he was, made sure of it. Beautiful stuff.
17.
Yeah, the way he hit the cue ball, it just pinged back off the pink ball. It's absolute delight to see a shot like that. I do think that great players can read signs. They can see weakness.
22.
And O'Sullivan, I think, smells blood here with a chance to press on in this match.
23. Good. $38. $39. 46.
That red in the side cushion we didn't want. It just makes this red a little bit more difficult.
47.
Again, looked simple there, but beautiful control, beautiful delivery of the cue. Would have been very easy to let the white ball go too far. Back in prime position.
Just check the score briefly there. He knows that whatever's in the middle of the table is more than enough to get this frame on as well.
53.
Well, certainly coming into this event, there are questions to be answered by O'Sullivan. Not about him as a player, he's the greatest we've ever seen, but where his game is right now. He hadn't played since Luca Brissell knocked him out of the World Championships. I think he's just answering these questions here. Whatever happens for the remainder of the tournament, that his match game
68.
is right up there, and this is a frame ball.
69.
Yeah, he said yesterday after his win that he hasn't played well in 18 months.
76.
I'd love his bad game.
Yeah, I don't know if the spark has been there that we sometimes see with O'Sullivan and people anticipate seeing, but certainly occasions like this
82.
are enough to really get the juices flowing for O'Sullivan. He's at the point now where he's a frame away from a pretty famous victory, it has to be said. Will he get the century? Wow, I think he will now.
87.
He's already got 1,206 in his career. And this one is an important one.
91. 46.
Mark Selby's not going to give up.
102.
Well, what about that? O'Sullivan has really sprung into life in the last 3 frames. Now, certainly matches of any duration can change on one shot. Now, this match is not over, but the pink that Mark Selby missed to go 8-6 up has turned out into almost a seismic shift in the way this match has been played out since.
Mark Selby 4.
Quite a telling miss there, I think. I think the previous frames went differently. I don't think he'd missed that.
Yeah, he wasn't on it perfectly, but like you say, expected him to get it. Maybe he was worried about the cannon on the reds. He wanted to pot it in the thick side of the pocket. Leaving O'Sullivan an early in is not going to help Mark Selby's chances of getting back into this match.
Pot this just before the middle pocket. Strong left-hand side. Slid off the side of the pack.
5.
Could have hit some of the reds rather than the pink.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 5.
I mean, he had a choice of reds there. The other red that he could have played the straighter one. A lot of this game is played between the ears.
1.
It wasn't so much even the difficulty of the pot, just the consequences of it. Which weren't helped, of course, by what's happened the last half hour or so.
6. 7.
Like the difficult red here.
14.
Again, just has to pot it. If it doesn't have an angle, just drop it in dead weight. Need the blue then.
The way the frame went, and since then it's been one-way traffic.
$26.
Just overscrewed a fraction there.
41.
This probably
78.
just above average, I'd say.